man. 122 pounds, 10-5, man. What the good Philly sports season, bro.
Here's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Watch
Goodfellas Sports.
Goodfellas boxing.
All right, man. Conor Benn says if he can't get Tricky Trout AB, that he wants Adrien. I mean, he wants Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia as a contingency plan. So seemed like they kind of wanted to fast track him a little more than what he been fast tracked. People said Adrien was shot. He always move the bar, bro. Samuel Vargas, he starts him on Adrien Granados. He didn't look good, and that's what's gonna happen when you got a young fighter that doesn't have the amateur background experience. But for somebody who don't have the amateur background experience, he pretty good, bro. I must say, and he's explosive. He can punch, and the improvement from the Granados fight as far as cutting the ring off and closing the distance and the patience, the defense, they're doing a great job with him. I'm telling you that right now, And I think, like I said before, these fights are tough for him. When I say the reason that, Mikey is tough for him, because Mikey can legitimate punch. And if he go in there and try to open up versus Mikey, he can get hurt. Same thing with Danny Garcia. People say, well, Garcia is not a puncher at welterweight. And people say, well, he said he's moved to 47. He said he can close the door at going up to welterweight neither. But the thing about it is, he still can catch you and hurt you too. I don't think he fought guys, with the precision, the accuracy, and experience of Garcia and Mikey Garcia. But let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, next subscribe on this bell icon button, hit all notifications, Christian notification, go live, drop a video. It says Conor Benn says Danny. He says Danny Garcia, Mikey, his plan B of no Broner in March or April. But he think if he can't pay Broner, if they can't find a ways to play Broner to get in the ring, Danny Garcia is more expensive than Broner, and Mikey more expensive than probably both put together. So, realistically, we're talking about guys that, financially they probably can afford right now. Right now, no. Okay. So he says highly ranked welterweight contender Conor Benn said he wants Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia. His promoter Eddie Hearn does schedule a fight against Adrien Broner in March and April. Hearn is excited about Conor Benn's potential in his early professional career. The Southern famous former world champion Nigel Benn. Conor has heavy hands like his dad, but not the hand speed, size, and power on the inside game. That's his dad though. He got power. And he got solid speed too. So Conor isn't nearly the same type of talent Nigel was, but it doesn't matter. With the right matchmaking being done, Eddie Hearn, he looks like a good knockoff version. See, like I said before, man, that kid is good in his own right, bro. He is. He really is. I'm not gonna let them keep disrespecting the kid. If you look at, his background, man, and how he started late, and dude look better than like a lot of guys who've been already there. So I'm not even gonna continue to read like Box News 24. I just like it because I can read the interview. I don't necessarily have to watch it or worry about a copyright. So he said most definitely at the O2 Arena, Ben Broner said Conor Benn for TV when asked to confirm whether he'd be fighting Adrien Broner in March or April. He said, if not Broner, Danny Garcia, Mike Garcia, I would love those fights. Great champions, respect them both. I like both of those fights, said Ben. But listen, it doesn't matter what I want. I'll leave it to my team to sort something out. I like the Ugas fight. Obviously, Ugas is fighting. It's mandatory. Stay on this. Hopefully, he comes through. I'd love to get that shot. Ugas got another fight after that. Conor being ready for world title. I go world title fight title next. Said Ben told Eddie Hearn he needs 2 more learning fights before he'd be ready to challenge for world title. Quote, Eddie is not in the gym with me and Tony Sims, seeing what I do on a daily basis, said being the only reason I'm talking Broner in March and April is I don't want to wait around because obviously he's Ugas defending his world title. You got March, which is open for a fight day for myself, said being, quote, I'm ranked high in all the governing bodies, and we're talking about the likes of Jaron, Enis. We're talking about the likes of Jaron, Enis, Rashidi, Ellis. They are world title fights. Our region, they're world title fights. I'll fight them all for world titles. Vergil Ortiz, world title fights. Our region has been made the mandatory Vergil Ortiz. Whether he takes it, I don't know. I heard Ortiz ain't taking it. We'll just wait and see, said Ben. So pretty much he feel like he's ready. He feel like he's ready, and obviously he calling out Ugas. And everybody calling out Ugas because of, Ugas' style and the disrespect boxing has towards Cuban fighters. So, if you make it look close for Ugas, you're probably going to be able to get a decision. But Ugas is tied up for 2 fights. He got to stay on this. Then he got to fight Batuev in the WBA unofficial tournament. So Batuev just beat the hell out of Jamal James. So he got an uphill battle. But, him seeing Rashidi Ellis and seeing Jaron Enis, those are good fights for him, bro. But I just think he should pump his brakes, slow his roll. I mean, those the 4 or 5 fighters that he mentioned, 6, other than Broner. But you talking about Danny, Mikey, or Vergil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis, Rashidi Ellis, and they all good fighters. And they are all ready to bubble up on the world title scene and almost challenge for world titles. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. It's a young, dumb, hungry energy right now, but I agree, Eddie Hearn. I still give him a developmental year. If they can squeeze like 4 fights in, convince him to fight a couple undercards, 5 or 6 fights next year, that's how active you should keep him. But apparently, he think he's doing well in the gym, and I think the next step before you kind of go to the world level in the United States, they should just do what like Tons that Jai did with Anthony Yard. They were sneaking over to the United States for sparring to really see where he was at in the fighter. That was the rumor. So, you could take Conor Benn, sneak him over in Vegas, sneak him somewhere like New York and Gleason's or somewhere, and just see how he can spar. You could do like what New York, get the good DC sparring up, you get the good Philadelphia sparring, Detroit, Ohio sparring. Then you can move like west, or southwest. You can get the good Texas sparring for a minute. Moving to California with Freddie Rose, get that good sparring. Maybe then I'll do Joel and Diaz, Robert Diaz, that good sparring. Then we'll come back. We come back and everybody know we sparring in Vegas. And then in Vegas would be the icing and the cherry on top. And that's how they should do it. He should be sparring and maybe fight a couple cards, on Eddie Hearn his own in America next year. That's what they should do. Instead of him going back and forth to the UK, you tell him like, look here, man. All right, we're gonna get you that fight in March, but after that, we gonna do like 3 or 4 shows in the US. Right? You're gonna spar in the US. You're gonna start off in New York, area, DC, Philly. We're gonna move to Texas, do that thing in Texas, Houston, Dallas, wherever they got other good fighters. Go to California, we're gonna do that thing with Freddie, Joel, and Robert Garcia. And Robert say him and Joel sometimes, use sparring partners, they share them. And then go to Vegas and then you see where you at. And if you ready after that, you win your fights and you do well in the sparring, you and your coach Tony Sims and Nigel Ben, then we worry about a world championship. That fight, that's how you do that. In each camp next year, that he gonna be in America or fighting in America sparring, then you able to gauge if he's ready. Then the fight you able to gauge when he's ready. And so a lot of people don't know PBC got like a liaison. They go to I guess they go to their big fighters camps. So the liaison make sure the camp is going the way it's going, everything on par, and that's probably what Eddie Hearn should do with Conor Benn. Finding a liaison who really can come back, give him feedback how he doing, and they honestly can assess, from the gym and also in the fights where he should be at. But Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia are dangerous for him because they both guys who can punch and they both guys who can pick their shot. So if he get too aggressive, they both guys that can put him down. He already been put down in his career, and that's just from lack of experience and thinking you can't get hurt in the gym and thinking that you're young and you indestructible and you're not. In this sport, I remember Nate said he told Mike Jones before Mike Jones got knocked out by Randall Bailey. If you know boxing, you remember that. And he said, he ain't never been knocked out. Nate told him you hang around long enough, it's gonna happen. And sure enough, he said he told him at church. He said, I think he said it was church. He said, it happened. It can happen. And I heard a lot of fighters over the years saying, I didn't think I could be knocked out or knocked down, and it happened. I remember Devin Alexander was a guy who had never hit the canvas. Kevin said, shout out to Kevin Cunningham, in the gym or in the in the street, wherever they did it, in the amateurs in the real fight game. And Lucas Matisse knocked him down early. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it can happen. And it has happened to Conor Benn. The next thing is put your lights out if you don't, move accordingly. Of course, the fighter should want more. But Mikey can really hurt him. You know what I'm saying? And Danny can really hurt him with his experience and sharp counter punches. So, those are dangerous fights for him. And I think I will keep us up. Hey, that be my knob. Hey, I just slow it down. And the guys in Ortiz and Enis are on a different level. Him, amateurs, experienced, seasoned fighters, fighting better fighters, and they have better overall background. And so Ellis been having shaky performances, but if he show up, he gonna show out, right? So you talking about the guys that he should fight? I think he should fight the kid that robbed Michael Fox. He should fight Michael Fox, Abel Ramos, and And then after two of those fights, then I go for our region, you know. And then if all those go well, maybe I look to fight a Sandor Martin if he ain't got shit popping. Then they able to evaluate him any better. But those are dangerous fights for him, bro. All those ones that we mentioned, they dangerous. So we'll see, man. A lot of young energy, and he supposed to want more, but Mikey, Danny can hurt him. Ortiz, Enis can hurt him. Ellis can hurt him. And also, Custio Clayton, a good fighter. He just fought. Hey, yo, Custio Clayton just fought a cat with a terrible record, and he. Yo, I'm just talking, bro. I didn't hit the wrong button. My bad, but hate when I do that. That's one thing about the web-based app like this, man, is that that can happen. My bad, but I had to look for. I was just talking, man. But yeah, I said the Custio Clayton. If y'all didn't hear me, was the perfect opponent for Conor Benn. Man, I hate when I do that. He was the perfect opponent for Conor Benn. All right, what I mean by that is Custio Clayton. He 30. I know he was that old. He 34. 19-12-1. And he just went the distance on the. They fought at like 150 catch weight when he was 151 whatever it is. And he went the distance with Cameron Carrell. He's a dude who's 18, 20, and 3, been stopped 2 times, only 5 KOs. He was stopped by Elvis Rodriguez and Jamal James. He fought Maurice Lee. He fought Kyle Velasquez with the distance. That was an 8-rounder. Got stopped by Jamal James and 8. I mean, he fought pretty much everybody. Fought Maurice Hooker. You look at his resume, man. He's from Hawaii, based out of Vegas now. He pretty much fought everybody. And if he can't net Cameron Carrell out, then any older fighter, then it's a perfect matchup for Conor Benn sometime next year to get fight this guy. You probably won't get hurt. So a good boxer, you might get outboxed, and that's the only fear. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Sorry for the blip. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, card, response, your video request. Also, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit on notification, increase your chance to get notification, go live drop video. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description, Cash App, Venmo, rolling the screen in the description. That's for the donate, thumbs up the video, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to talk business, chop it up, video request. Just want to support. Appreciate the love, support.